They say that every man's home is his own castle, but is it? Join us today as we take a look and see how you can fortify your house. So stay tuned. Also, if you have not subscribed, definitely do that and leave a comment in the description down below. It greatly helps the channel and it's free to do. Thank you. Welcome back everybody to another episode of my Dross Arsenal. Today we are talking about how to make your home a castle. Now there's the old phrase, every man's home is his own castle, but is that really true? And when I mean castle, I mean like, is it built or designed to be a defensive structure if need be? And that's exactly how we designed our house. The exterior is going to be rock on the bottom floor, and then obviously log cabin on the top. Aesthetically, the style is sort of like a Bavarian alpine cabin lodge type look. However, there are certain features that I wanted incorporated into our house to make it as safe as possible for whatever situation happens, right? So, for instance, the downstairs portion is the castle fortress, so to speak. But how I designed it was the cinder block is filled with reinforced concrete. It's 1 foot thick. So, you know, not a whole lot's going to go through that. However, on the outside, there's going to be about a 2 to 3 inch veneer of natural cut stone, as well as on the inside. So that's an additional 4 to 5 inches of rock and masonry. So really you're looking at about 1.5 feet thick of solid rock and reinforced concrete. Not a whole lot's going to get through that, and if it does get through that, I probably won't be alive to tell the tale afterwards. Now, on the second floor is 8-inch thick logs. That is definitely bullet resistant. I've got some spare logs. We're going to do some testing on that to see, you know, I have some pretty large calibers, but don't think much is going to get through that. So that's how I hardened up my house to make it more of a castle feel. Now, the other thing that we are doing is, like many castles, you would have a moat around. Obviously I'm not doing a moat, but they had a water source. And so what we're doing is we'll have a well, like our own well, so we won't be dependent on any kind of, you know, municipality or anything like that. Just in the event that, you know, things get shut down. And we've seen it before, it's happened, natural disasters happen, and your water might be cut off. But with us having our own water source, we won't have to worry about that. Another thing to consider is, and this is way out there, but how far are you from a vantage point that people could potentially put some gunfire down on you? Now, lucky for us, we have sort of a flattened off mountaintop, right? The nearest hilltop is that direction, and it's about 900 meters away. And the average person is not going to have the skills to accurately shoot from that distance. So I feel pretty safe and pretty confident about that. The next thing is obviously fences and walls and things like that. So I nearly have the whole area of the house fenced off, you know, things like that. That's to keep like predators out. Coyotes are a pretty big problem here. So are bears. Bears, they've been terrible. But those are things that, if you're really wanting to make your house a castle, those are things that you really need to think about. Your placement of windows, okay? Not only for like passive heating from the sun during the wintertime, or strategically placed so that you get a nice cross breeze, which we do have. We have a nice cross breeze that comes this way. We have 3 windows on this side of the house, and I think 4 on that side of the house. So it really allows for a very good breeze to come through the entire house. But you also want to think about if you do have to take up, you know, your arms against some crazy group or whatever, what's your sectors of fire going to be? You know, things like that. Sounds crazy, but it's something that you probably should think about. Fortunately for us, we have a 360 view, especially on the back side where there'll be a balcony. So all you got to do, throw some sandbags up there, and you have a pretty good elevated defensive position on the outside. And then, of course, the entire interior, not as much is going to get through those logs either. Hypothetically, if you wanted shutters for like a purge type scenario, 2-inch thick boards, start overlapping them, make them about 4 to 6 inches thick, and slap those across your windows, and there you go. You'll be pretty protected on that. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do to fortify your home, and that's kind of what we wanted to do, was have like a fortified house. Call me crazy, but it's just better to have that peace of mind, in my opinion. I've lived in some houses where they were paper thin. It's just like a brick veneer with some plywood. Pretty crazy. However, this, in theory, should last for hopefully generations. We will see. But yeah, so I'm gonna go inside and kind of show you some features of what I have going on in my head. And I definitely want to see what you guys think. Okay, I do apologize for the mess, but we are building. So one other thing on the interior that I really want to make sure happens is something called fire blocking. Up to code, I think you need 1 fire block for every 8 feet. I could be wrong, don't hold me to that, but I'm going to kind of overkill on it. So basically what fire blocking is you have your wall studs right here, and every so often you will have a board that lays horizontally across. What this does is, in the event of a fire spreads up, that fire blocking prevents the flames from continuing up the studs, right? And since it's a log house on the second floor, there's a lot of wood in this house. And there's going to be even more. So I think every 3 to 4 feet, I know it's excessive, but that's how I'm going to do my fire blocking, because I just want to lessen the chance of a fire spreading rapidly, especially pine. I like this one right over here. It's got resin coming out of it. Pine is extremely flammable, and it burns quick. So the more that I can have to lessen the spread of a fire, the better. And that's my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. But as we're also going to have a masonry stove right here, so that's also kind of why I'm a little paranoid, plus a fireplace right over here. So you got 2 wood heat sources. You know, I just want to be extra careful, right? So yeah, the interior, that room is going to be the dining room. This is going to be our kitchen and living room, and then we have a staircase going up to the 2nd floor. We are utilizing every inch of space available to serve as storage, you know, secret compartments, things like that, right? Because what kind of castle doesn't have a compartment, right? So if you are trying to fortify your home, it's probably a good idea to have some secret compartments there, so that you can store away some items that, you know, like family heirlooms, things like that, right? Sometimes it doesn't even have to be super secret hidden. It could just be something very obvious that people don't think to look at. So keep that in mind, get creative. We have some creative ideas here. Obviously I'm not going to share those, but you know, under the staircase, great storage. It's just dead space. Why not utilize it? Our attic, we're going to try to utilize every amount of space up there as possible, because why not? It's there. You might as well take advantage of it. So even spacing in between the wall studs, you know, like I said, get creative. Again, apologies for the mess, but we are building. This is the upstairs, and honestly, it never really hit me. If you've been in a wooden fort from like the colonial times, that is exactly how this feels. Sort of like the the old block houses that would be on the frontier. It's just something about the logs, I don't know, it feels safe. But anyway, beyond that, this is like the main hallway. Over this area, it'll be like the kids' playroom / study area when they get done, and then bedrooms on all these sides. What I really wanted to show you, and I'm going to move the camera here, is when I was talking about those sectors of fire, things like that. So you have this window. You have a pretty good view. You have this window, and directly down that hill is sort of the beginning of our driveway. And it's a good field of view right here. You can see anybody that tries to come up this hill, and it's a steep hill. It's like 300 or 400 feet. From here, we're gonna move on. We have another window next to our staircase. And these two windows are probably one of the two most significant. This window right here covers what is our gate area. So about 200 yards past that little shrub line, we have a steel gate. And just past this shrub line, I'm going to put a secondary gate, one that keeps our animals in. So it's a really, really good thing to have multiple gates, and it's a way to deter people, gives you more warning, and helps keep things secure. And as I said again, this window, you can see quite a bit right over here, that hill. Apologies for the phone going off, but let's see. Over here, we have another window that offers another good vantage point. And this was the ridge line that I was talking about. That's about 900 meters from where we're at. So I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be able to reach out and touch us from that far. But yeah, so let me know what you think. It's a really cool concept. It's one that people say, but do they actually really mean it? Like, have they designed their home to be like a castle? Have they, if they want it fortified, I mean, that's just something to think about. There could be crazy times ahead, who knows? But it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So as we have the opportunity to build a house, we're trying to take as many advantages of being able to customize things to our liking as possible. It's a unique opportunity, and it's pretty fun while doing it. So anyway, thanks for watching and listening to my rant about fortifying your house. I hope that maybe you gained some ideas from this. If you have ideas for us to try, definitely put them in the comments below. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.